You walk alone through the night, and the silence feels heavier than stone. It is not only the empty streets that echo with emptiness, it is your heart, repeating the memories like a wound that refuses to close. Love, which once sheltered you, has now become ruin. What was once warmth is now ice, and yet, in that frost, a quiet truth begins to whisper. Pain did not come to destroy you, it came to teach. Picture your heart as an ancient stained glass window, radiant yet fragile. When it shatters, the fragments do not die. They scatter light in ways the whole never could. So it is with you. A broken heart is not merely a mark of loss, it is the revelation of hidden colors, sides of yourself that only the fracture could unveil. Some say suffering is wasted, that lost time can never be restored. But you begin to see it differently. Every tear you shed is an inscription on stone, a verse written in the eternal poem of broken hearts. It is not written with ink, nor bound in books. It is carved into souls, and its words are carried across generations by those who have also bled, also endured, also risen. You remember the warmth of hands once held, the laughter that now feels like an echo fading into distance. That absence is a hollow space inside you, but even hollows have a purpose. They create resonance, they amplify sound, and so the emptiness left behind by love becomes the chamber where wisdom begins to speak. Heartbreak is a teacher that does not whisper. It strikes, it tears pages out of your story and forces you to rewrite them with trembling hands. It is cruel, yes, but it is also honest. It strips away illusions, peeling back the soft layers until only the raw truth remains. And in that rawness, you find the seeds of strength. Imagine a rose stripped of its petals by a harsh storm. To the casual eye, it seems ruined, but beneath the thorns and scars, the roots deepen. The storm that tried to break it has forced it to grow stronger underground. You too are like that rose. The storm of heartbreak has left you torn, but beneath the surface, you are anchoring yourself to depths you never knew existed. There is a line between despair and transformation, and you walk it every day. On one side lies the temptation to sink, to drown in grief. On the other side, the possibility of becoming more than you were. Every broken heart stands on this line, fragile, trembling, but also on the threshold of rebirth. And so the pain becomes paradoxical. It is both wound and weapon, both weakness and strength. It crushes you to your knees, yet in the very act of kneeling, you learn humility, patience, and courage. The cracks that once humiliated you begin to shine as proof that you have lived, that you have loved, that you have survived. This is not just your story. It is the story of countless souls across time. Broken hearts have built poems, songs, and even civilizations. Behind every scar in history lies a lesson carved by suffering. And now, you carry your own fragment of that universal story. Listen closely, because the lesson is this: what breaks you is also what reshapes you. Pain does not simply close chapters. It opens secret doors. And while you may not yet see the path, the poem of broken hearts is already writing its next verse within you. You may wonder why life allows the heart to shatter in the first place. Why must love, which feels eternal in its birth, often die in silence? The answer is hidden in the same mystery that governs storms, seasons, and stars. Nothing grows without change, and no soul matures without being broken open. Think of the seed buried in the soil. From the outside, it looks like destruction when the shell cracks apart. Yet only through that breaking can the seed reach for the light. Your heartbreak is that cracking, the painful but necessary breach through which your truest self begins to grow. In the quiet after love's departure, you notice details you once ignored: the hollow chair across the table, the silence of your phone, the scent of places you can no longer visit. Each absence feels cruel, but each absence is also an invitation to see, to reflect, to awaken to life in its raw, unpolished form. Heartbreak teaches what joy alone cannot. Joy whispers that the world is kind. Heartbreak shows you the full spectrum, that life is both cruel and beautiful, both fleeting and eternal. You learn that strength is not found in avoiding pain, but in embracing it, letting it pass through you until it transforms you into something new. And still, there are nights when the lesson feels unbearable, when the memories return like ghosts, tapping on the glass of your mind, demanding to be remembered. It is here that heartbreak's harshest truth emerges. You cannot control what has been lost. You can only choose how you carry it. Many people try to silence heartbreak with noise, endless distractions, fleeting pleasures, constant escapes. But the pain waits patiently in the shadows. It is only when you face it, when you let its voice be heard, that it begins to soften into wisdom. Avoidance delays the lesson, courage invites it. There is a strange beauty in this. To be human is to be fragile, yet it is also to be resilient. The same heart that breaks is the same heart that beats again, that chooses again, that dares to love once more. The scars remain, but they become maps of where you have traveled and how far you have come. Heartbreak also humbles you. It shows you that you are not invincible, that love is not possession, that people cannot be kept like treasures. And yet, humility is not weakness, it is the beginning of wisdom. The broken heart bends, but in bending, it learns how to endure the storm without snapping. You start to see that your story is not ending, it is being rewritten. The pages may be torn, but the ink of your life continues to flow. And though the handwriting may tremble, the words that emerge now are deeper, richer, and more true than before. This is why pain teaches, because it forces you into honesty. It strips away illusions, burns away false hopes, and leaves you with something purer, the raw, unshakable knowledge that even in ruin, you are capable of rising. And in that rising, the poem continues, each verse carved by loss, each line illuminated by resilience. And so, the broken heart reveals itself not as the end, but as a passage. Pain sharpens your vision. What once blinded you with comfort now awakens you with clarity. You begin to see not only what you lost, but also what you gained. The ability to endure, to empathize, to understand the invisible battles of others. You realize that every scar is a teacher. It whispers lessons that joy alone could never speak. It reminds you that love is both fragile and eternal, that nothing you give from the heart is ever wasted. Even if the relationship fades, the transformation it sparked remains alive within you. Perhaps you feel that your brokenness has made you less, but consider this: a vessel that has been cracked allows more light to enter. The fractures you carry are not signs of weakness, they are openings for wisdom, for compassion, for depth. Without them, your soul would remain sealed, untouched by the fire that forges resilience. There is a hidden power in pain. It forces you to confront questions you once avoided. Who are you without the person you lost? What remains when the illusions fall away? What kind of life will you choose to build from the ashes? These questions do not have simple answers, and that is their gift. They push you into the unknown, where growth waits. Heartbreak teaches you not only to endure, but to create. Out of ruins you craft new beginnings. Out of silence you discover your voice. Out of despair you learn to hope again. Imagine standing before a door you never wanted to open. Behind you lies the life you once knew. Ahead of you, only shadows. Heartbreak pushes you through that door. And though the darkness frightens you, you find that step by step, the shadows give way to light. In time, you come to understand that the poem of broken hearts is not a tragedy, it is a hymn of survival. It sings of tears that turned into rivers of strength, of nights that seemed endless but gave birth to dawn. You are not the same as before. You are more. One day, you will look back at this season and see not just the pain, but the transformation it carried. You will see that the person who walked into heartbreak is not the same as the one who walks out. And though the wound may remain as a memory, it will no longer define you. It will guide you. So listen, your broken heart has written verses you never asked for, but verses you needed. It has carved truths into you that will not fade. And in sharing those truths, through kindness, through love, through courage, you pass the poem on, so that others may find light in their own darkness. If these words echo within you, let them become part of your journey. Reflect, what has your pain taught you? What wisdom was born in your heartbreak? Share your answer, because your story might be the line someone else needs to read in their own poem of survival. This is not the final page. If you wish to continue, follow the thread of wisdom into the next chapter, where we explore the strength hidden in your scars. Because the poem does not end with the breaking, it continues with the healing. And there, you will discover how even wounds can shine.